Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. Before I start talking about the previous episode, I want to say how upset I am because I just recorded this episode for the last 30 minutes and I realized that in Audacity I didn't switch it to the right mic, the mic that right there, yes, that I just touched. I fanoodled. I messed up. I was 30 minutes into recording. I look over my screen. I'm like, oh, snap, crackle, and pop. It was recording. I was debating. Well, maybe they won't notice if I just use the other audio. Would they notice? It was like talking into a couch. It's like, hello, it's me, Owen. And last episode, that's what it was. That's what it was. And I'm upset because of all the trauma I just went through. I have to deal with it a second time. Now by trauma, I swear to God, if I'm not recording right now, I'll be so mad. But I'm good. We're good to go. In the previous episode, we finished up the 2032 NHL entry draft, and it went pretty damn good. We actually recorded it, and I didn't mess that up. But you know what? Let's jump. Before I jump in, in the previous thing that I just recorded, I thanked you guys very much because we're basically at 450 subscribers, guys. January 1st, at the start of this year, I put out a tweet that said, "Hey, let's get to 400 before January 1st of next year." We smashed 400 like a month ago, less than a month ago. You guys are insane. And then I said 600 before the end of the year. We're on pace. We're basically 150 away. You guys are phenomenal. I love you guys so much for showing up each and every single episode. Most of you, I hope. And if you stick around for the majority of my episodes, why do you put yourself through that torture, man? Through that torture. I don't know why you would do that to yourself, but I appreciate it either which way. Let's jump into what happened during the NHL draft. Now, we made a few trades, or just the one. We put a lot of plans into motion. And we traded with Buffalo for the second overall pick in the NHL entry draft. We traded away 3 of our first round picks in that draft to Buffalo for the second overall selection. The best news is the picks for Buffalo didn't turn into anything groundbreaking. A few top 6, another top 4, nothing incredible. Matthias Grossman, on the other hand, is a nasty defenseman, especially with what's going to happen with Marcus Mironov. We will get to that. I have explained that in the recent episodes that we are going to lose him. It's just a matter of grieving and accepting the fact. But we kind of lucked out that Buffalo wanted to trade that pick. I'm happy it wasn't a pick later because the second and third overall projected picks were 2 top defensemen. Now, the reason I went with Grossman over the Canadian was because of his size, and I think it's because he was a lefty. I'm like, this guy could work out real well because on the right we have Brant Clark, Bissonnette, and Brent Perez. 3 relatively really young guys. Brant Clark is still really young. Is he even 30 yet? I don't even think so. Matthias Grossman is going to start rising the ranks. Now with Harry Parrish has been a third-pairing defenseman the majority of his career. He only just got top 4 minutes this past season. So if Grossman gets better, significantly. Why is that such a hard word? He's going to get better. It's only a matter of time. We know that. He's going to take over for that second pairing lefty. He's going to become Marcus Mironov. I don't think he'll be the best offensive defenseman. He's technically a two-way defenseman. But I think he can still put up really good numbers. He had 20 points in 60 games in a men's league, putting up really good ice time. I think it's only a matter of time until this guy breaks the the top 4. But with events unfolding, we are going to sign him to his ELC contract, and he will be joining the Minnesota Wild next regular season. Now, with the second pick we made in the draft, surprisingly, we got an NHL-ready defenseman in Johan Englund. Is he a Swede? I think both of them are Swedes. I want to say they're both... Oh, no, he might be... I think he's Swedish. I think he's a Swede that played in La Liga. We got 2 phenomenal defensemen in the draft. He was a 27th overall pick. I really, really like what he brings to the table. 5'9", but I already have my defensive core penciled in. Brent Perez is the guy I want to go with on the bottom pairing right side. Englund, he's young, 79 overall. We've kind of seen defensemen like him come and go. Mats Pearson, who we have to sign to a contract, maybe depending if he asks for NHL money, which I technically already know that he asked for because I recorded this episode once before, and then I messed up the mic, so I already know he's asking for NHL money, but I'm posing the question to you guys because I don't know why. Johan Englund we have to take very, very carefully because you see plenty of NHL-ready defensemen out of the draft that are like 78, 77, 79 overall that turn into absolutely nothing, even though they get NHL time, great development, they never reach any significant milestones. We're not going to sign him. We're going to let him play in the SHL for 1 year. I just want to see how the current defensive core works out without Marcus Mironov, Grossman getting in the lineup, Brent Perez, 2 young defensemen getting in the lineup. I want to see how they settle down before Englund comes over to the squad. We're going to leave him unsigned. I know he could play in the AHL, but I don't want him to get mad with the amount of minutes he gets in the AHL, so I think he'll do good another year in the SHL. Now, the other prospects that we drafted this year, we got 2 late-round steals in Amonte and Tikkanen, the 6th-round pick, and the 7th-round pick. I mean, Amonte was a 6th. Tikkanen was a 7th. 2 really awesome picks in back-to-back rounds. They might be good. Amonte might be a solid defenseman for us in the future. You never know. They're both... I mean, Amonte's the only overager, but 2 really solid acquisitions for us. As for the rest of the draft, we got some pretty awesome goaltenders, and let's go ahead and transition over to that. Goaltenders, we drafted 3 really strong goaltenders. The first of them being an American, 18 years of age, 61 overall. Now, with the amount of goalies we have in a roster, I think the best decision right now is to leave all of them unsigned because of the amount of goaltenders that we have that are basically NHL ready. Moore can wait a year, and then he'll probably be our backup in the AHL within the year. So we're going to leave him unsigned. We also drafted a Mason Trainer. No, we drafted... Who the hell? Wait, drafted another starting goaltender. Where is he? We drafted Corson, another American, in the 5th round. So really awesome picks in the later rounds of the draft. And then we also drafted Zykov, another elite goaltender to add to the prospect pool because that's how we do it, Minnesota. We're gonna leave them unsigned. We're gonna let go of all these fringe starters. Don't need them. They never turn out to be anything special. No need to have them cluttering up the space. Look at all those goaltenders we have. We cheat the system. We rig it. We do whatever we want. Okay. But we do have to sign Leighton. To that 3-year NHL entry ELC contract. That's what I'm talking about. But since I've already technically done this episode before, I know how the Cody Tallender situation is going to turn out. My decision last episode I technically recorded was Tallender is gone. I meant to start off this episode talking about him, but you know what happened already. I don't want to talk about that much longer. But Cody Tallender is the bane of my existence. A lot of you agree with me. Some of you are like, oh, 1 bad season. You look at his numbers. He's really consistent. Consistently being like really bleh. Look, why couldn't he just be the Iowa goaltender who put up a 9-10 and a 2.5 goals against? 260 goals against in his first regular season? That's really good. And then a sub 900 save percentage to 3 goals against. Not great, but 47 wins? Not bad. 47 wins again in 9 less games. That's pretty good. 901 to 282. Not bad. And then you look at his postseason. 3 Stanley Cups in a row, though. He only played one of them? He was only the starting goaltender for one of them. And he made me very mad. Because he doesn't know how to do his job. The only reason we lost against Dallas is because of him. And I will take that to the grave. I don't care. 5.5, 533 goals against, and almost an 800 save percentage. There's no debate there that you let up 16 goals in 3 games. How do you manage to do that, Talander? I don't understand how you do that. How do you manage to do that? I don't get it. So, plan is to trade him, but since I've already simmed through this technically and saw what we could get for him, we really can't get a lot for him. So the plan going forward is that we'll probably have to trade him at the beginning of next season. So hoping that the free agency class is relatively the same, because we managed to get a medium league goaltender, but I don't know if we'll be able to get him again. But going forward, Christian Pettersson is going to be our starter with his games that he had regular season. I know it's a small sample size, but he put up a really good goals against. 53 goals against in 21 games is really damn good. Save percentage could be better. Playoffs, his 2 games, he did everything in his power. I know that's a really small sample size, but I can't be super upset with his play. I like him going forward. I really do. I really, really like him going forward. So, what does that mean for Murs? Murs, I'll qualify him, but I ended up trading him anyways because of a goaltender that I found in free agency. We'll qualify him just so there's no hassle there, okay? So with the goaltender settled out, we will go to, well, what do we start with? We'll start with the UFAs. Let's start at the bottom of the pack, get it over with, sign all the guys that we need to sign, and then talk about the big boys. So Tikkanen, or Karppinen, there's too many Swedes and Finns in this lineup, but you love them either way. The Finnish Flashes and the Super Swedes, they're the best, the absolute best. How can you not love them? Bring all these guys on for the AHL. They had a really good season. Javi Bulin wants a 2-way deal. Let's sign him. He could be a depth NHL player for us. Getting to the top. Getting to the big UFAs. We got Harrison Hadar. Don't know why he's an RF or a UFA, since technically he's, I don't know. But this kind of throws our top 6 into a little bit of a what the hell are we gonna do? Because going to this free agency phase, I didn't notice Harrison Hadar was an 84 overall. I think I realized somewhere in the middle of the draft, and I'm like, oh, hot damn, he's 84 overall. And I didn't expect him to be NHL ready this coming season. I'm like, okay, 1 more year of play, maybe in the AHL, get him ready for the big leagues. He's 84 overall. He's ready to skip the AHL altogether. We're going to sign him to that NHL contract. And he's going to be our 3rd line center next year, which makes things incredibly difficult for us going forward. Because, I guess you can't see it, but we have, think in your brain here for a second. I guess I could use my controller and just show you what I mean. Okay, so left wingers. Oh my god. Main roster, we got Petrangelo, Langweeder, right? That's a pretty solid tandem. Okay, oh, that's not what I meant to press. So, that's not what I meant to press either. Centers, you have Anthony Francis, Gogolev, Waters. Now that's where things get difficult, because you want Hadar playing no less than 3rd line time and a bit of power play, right? Right, so what does that mean for Lino Waters? I really, really like Lino Waters. I think he's a really awesome player for us, but I think going forward, he's probably the odd man out. Especially on that center court, especially since how well Gogolev has been playing, and he'll probably adjust to the 3rd line well in his later years, since Hadar looks to be the 2nd line center going forward. And then right wingers, you have Numanen, Kaprizov, and then whomever. right? So where does everybody fit there? Where does everybody fit? Right? That's why it makes things a little more difficult for us. So that means Leduc is not going to come back. I really, really like his play. I just don't see where he fits into the lineup going forward. Third liner, maybe. But we can find one if need be. But we kind of are going in one general direction, and that's a bit younger. So Leduc, he was great, but we're going to have to let you go. Pete Curry, we do technically have the money to sign you, but I don't necessarily see you on the squad anymore. Too bad. So sad, we'll let you go. If we need somebody like that, we can go ahead and acquire one. But the biggest talking point going into the free agency phase, re-sign phase, all that jazz, is Marcus Mironov, Eminem, who has been a part of this franchise mode since the first ever draft we held. The fourth overall selection in that draft, Marcus Mironov. It was a crazy draft. You know, we got him, we got Lucas Raymond. You know, if you don't know that whole saga, Lucas Raymond was the bane of my existence as well. We've had a lot of players like that. But there's no potential way we can bring him back at this point in time. 716 career points, plus 463, 100 goals, 600 assists, 900 games. Too bad he will not hit 1,000 in a Wild jersey. It sucks because I would love to bring him back, but last year we discussed, Petrangelov is coming up, Brant Clark is coming up, Gogolev's contract is coming up. The debate was on, and we tried to swing enough cap. We offered Marcus Mironov a contract. He was really upset with the offer that we made him, even though I didn't think we were lowballing him too much. He denied it. He said, I don't want to talk contract. So if we go out and try to negotiate with him, even if we had the money to do so, that's why I was okay with signing Cody Tallender and then being able to trade him away. It's because if we had that money and we were to sign Marcus Mironov, it'd be way more than $14 million. He wouldn't take $14 million. It'd be upwards of $15, maybe $16 million. I don't think he's worth that. I think Quinn Hughes is worth that. I don't think Marcus Mironov is worth that. And I'm not taking anything away, any of his accomplishments away. We're losing an assistant captain in Marcus Mironov. We are. So I'm just going to pull the bandage off again for the second time that I'm doing this in a single day. Marcus Mironov, enjoy free agency. I hope you get your money somewhere else. Let's talk RFAs. So let's start from the bottom. Get all these guys back for the AHL squad. No biggie, no problemo. Lamb, too bad you're not going to turn into anything special. Too bad, so sad. Cutler, might as well. None of this hurts anyways. Prince, who honestly he might be a decent NHLer for us. 79 overall at 23. Could definitely be an interesting forward for us. He could definitely play fourth line time. What is he? Is he two-way forward? He's a playmaker, so it depends. Good offensive stats though. So Pearson. Let's go all the way back. It sucks that he's not turned. This is my exact thing about Enlund, right? Defensemen who are great out of the draft. He was a 7th overall pick. We traded Nils Hoglander to Nashville, and that 7th overall pick was the Nashville pick that we got for Nils Hoglander, right? He was basically the same overall out of the draft. He's turned into absolutely nothing, and we know that. We know that they don't turn into anything. I've noticed this in so many franchise modes. EA, what the hell is going on? He should be so much better. But he's not. He had a great season. He had a good season last year as well. So, does he wants NHL money, or not too much money, but with the plans going forward, we'll qualify him as it stands, but I don't see him coming back. Bobby Lev, I believe I'm just going to qualify him as well. He could probably be an NHL player for us. He has been, depending on how our bottom six shapes up. Whatever happens to the Lionel Waters, we'll go from there. But everything's so fluid right now that I can't have a specific lineup in mind Harry Parrish, though, is the guy taking over for Marcus Mironov, and I've liked his play. I don't necessarily think he's worth the money he's asking for right this very moment. But let's go ahead. $7 million flat is what I got him for last time I recorded this episode. So that's exactly what we're going to give him. $7 million over 5 years. He's going to be worth that contract. He's young, full of potential. I think he'll definitely be worth it in due time. That's what we've based a lot of contracts around. A bunch of guys. When Brandt Clark was young, when Bissonnette was young, we gave them the contracts, and they went out there and they proved their worth. So let's simulate a day and see what they decide. Okay, a bunch of scouts here. Hopefully everything goes exactly how I recorded last time I recorded this episode. Hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. I would really, really appreciate it if they don't make things hard for me. So Bob, awesome. So it looks like things went off pretty well. Laxtonen doesn't want to come back, so we will not sign him. Any unsigned players that I want to bring over? Probably leave all these guys for a year. A bunch of them aren't going to be coming over as it is. And we can sign Albert Schauser. Okay, let me try to pronounce this. Leon Abeltschauser. We got it. We're good. So it looks like everything is good to go. So there are a bunch of scouts here and there. Should be good to go. I don't like doing that stuff on screen as it is. I can let you know the coaching situation. I almost said couch. Couching situation. We have 2 goalie coaches that we have to sign and then an assistant coach in the AHL, I believe. So let's go ahead and sim to free agency. I'm really, really crossing my fingers that things are basically the same in the free agency market. I'm going to try the Cody Tallender trade right off the bat before I even check free agency. I'm going to go to find trades, see if there is potentially anything out there for Tallender. Maybe GMs have changed their mind. So let's see. Looking like we're exact same things we were offered before. So I scoured the NHL for firsts. Nobody's willing to crack. So I believe at the starting of next regular season, teams are going to be more inclined to get a starting goaltender. So free agency, it looks basically the exact same. Gustav Slychuk is the best player heading his free agency class. Absolute beast. 600, 500 something career goals. Yeah, he's an absolute machine. Have faced him a few times. He's been over a point per game his entire career with the Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah, he's nuts. So, oh my God, Chicago just lost. I didn't even clue in that Chicago lost him. I would love to bring him over, but we're saving that money on Cody Tallender that we'll have to spend on Pettersson, and then a few other guys next year. Francis has to be re-signed. Fun times. So we have to be smart. So originally I was going to trade Tallender and then go out and maybe acquire a depth something, for next year. But right now there isn't anything that really blows my mind. Luke Kunin, ooh, what an absolute beauty Luke Kunin is. I would love him, by the way. Any depth guys here that made it through the draft? Not looking like it. But goaltenders, technically we're still looking for a backup goalie. And, okay, so last time we were in the free agency class, Philadelphia actually lost their starting goaltender, the franchise guy. Okay, any backup goaltenders made it through the draft? Yeah, that sucks. That changes things a little bit. Well, there's a few other decent guys here. So it changes things a little bit, because last time we got to free agency, there was a medium elite from Philadelphia that was 25 years of age that was going to be our backup for next year. It's looking like that's not going to be the case. Now, we could definitely roll with Murs going into next year. I'm not really confident, especially with that 2-star puck control. Not the best. But we have... Where is he? We have this guy right here. Kirk Arsenin. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a contract. If it's a 1 year, 2 year, 2 year at... we'll go to 0.925. So that means that we're going to have to trade away Murs. Because we'll have too many goalers on the roster, and we don't want to have any situations. Because in my Columbus franchise mode, we signed 1 over the amount of goaltenders that we were allowed to have on the roster, and he disappeared for a year. So we don't want that situation again, because that was very scary. So where is he? Murs. Let's trade him away if there's anything out there. Third. Okay, there's actually a boatload for him. So third, we're looking at... we'll take the one from Edmonton, because they're a garbage team, apparently now. Or they're getting older. Connor McDavid's getting older. Too bad for them. Anybody want anything for Goalie Talender again? We'll just check one more time. No. Okay, so... Too bad, so sad. I'm going to check the general roster again. Is there anybody... Oh, that sucks that we lost Marcus Mironov. That hurts. Kaprizov is getting older, too. Oh, everything is sad. Oh... But if Kaprizov drops in overall, heading into next season, we could potentially play him on the third line. Everything would work out in the top 6, potentially. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not okay that he's dropping in overall, but I'm okay if that's what happens. Hadar's going to be a beast, man. Are you kidding me? We're so young, full of potential. We are good to go. But then we have Bobby Lev and Pearson. That we can definitely wait on. We can just sim up to next season. Nobody's probably going to offer sheet them. So, well... let's just sim up a few days, see if we get that goaltender, and then go from there. Because then we probably won't have enough money to sign either of them. But... yeah, Kirk Arsenin signs that deal. That's great for us, coaching staff. I'm going to deal with off camera. It's nothing that you guys need to see. I've already recorded this episode once. That was fun. But that's basically it for this one. I want to thank you guys for your support yet again. I would still be doing this if I didn't have fans, but you guys make it absolutely 100% worth it to stay up till 2 o'clock every morning to make sure this gets up on time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.